Basic Fun / Arcade1Up showed up at the 2026 Toy Fair, and it was here that they revealed 2 new cabinets they've got coming down the pike. And you'll never guess what one of them is. It's Pac-Man! Okay, technically it's Miss Pac-Man, but really, does it matter? But it's the second of those cabinets that I find to be the most interesting. And, let's just say that some people have opinions about it. It would appear that we're going to be getting a Sonic the Hedgehog cabinet at some point later this year, which, you know what? I find that kind of cool. I mean, it's a cabinet that we've not seen from either Basic Fun or Arcade1Up before, and it's going to come with games that neither company has released on any of their other products, so I think that's a positive in and of itself. However, there are a few issues that I saw with the cabinet based on the footage that I've seen of the thing, and they're gonna have to be addressed before they finalize this thing. So let's focus on the 2 big issues that I have with the thing: the cabinet artwork and the game selection. Number 1, the visual presentation of the cabinet is not really all that impressive to me. I don't know, I wouldn't say it's bad per se, but at the same time, it feels kind of generic for something that I would expect from Sonic the Hedgehog. For comparison, here's a picture of the Sonic the Hedgehog Mighty Player Countercade that My Arcade recently released. I think this smaller countercade looks a lot better than this design that Arcade1Up and Basic Fun have come up with. The only real big issue I have with it is that the screen is way too small. Funny enough, this My Arcade Sonic Mighty Player has almost the exact same games on it as this demo from Arcade1Up has. Which brings us to the other area of concern for this cabinet: game selection. Now, based on the prototype that was shown off at the Toy Fair, this Sonic cabinet is going to come with Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and the Sega Genesis version of Sonic 3D Blast. Now swap out Mean Bean Machine for Sonic Spinball, and you get the lineup for the My Arcade Sonic Mighty Player. I am going to assume that Arcade1Up's Sonic Cab is going to come with the full version of Sonic 3D Blast, unlike the Mighty Player, which has an E3 demo of the game, which I think was previously unreleased. Which does make me wonder, if we're going to get more form factors for this cabinet like we have for some in the past, then how will they differ from what My Arcade has already produced? But that's assuming those variants will happen, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, they're only showing off this Supreme model, which, as much as I like the 3/4 scale size of these cabinets behind me, I think the Supreme size actually is a pretty good model. It's bigger than 3/4, but still smaller than full size. Maybe this will be a cabinet for people who are a little bit taller and thought that the 3/4 scale size was just too short for them. I mean, I've said before I wish my cabinets were a little bit taller, but that larger size is going to make them harder to move around if you ever want to change things up. As for the game selection itself, these games aren't bad by any means, but you just feel like there should be something more here. Now, luckily, the representative for Arcade1Up and Basic Fun gave an interview over on the YouTube channel for Mighty Comics and Collectibles. Turns out the game selection on this thing is not set in stone just yet, and can potentially change based on whatever deal the company can work out with Sega. So at least there is the possibility that games could be taken or added to this cabinet before it officially releases. Now, I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel. My 2 cents isn't worth any more than anyone else's, but I do have a few suggestions for this cabinet that I would like to present to you all now. And if someone from Basic Fun and Arcade1Up happens to see this video and it inspires them to implement my suggestions, then that would be really swell. I mean, anything could happen, except for them leaving in late tackles in NFL Blitz. But I do have 4 more games I would like to see added to this that I think would actually add some real value to it. First game, Sonic Spinball. It's already on the My Arcade Sonic Mighty Player. There's no reason not to add it here too. The combination of the platforming with the pinball elements make this a pretty unique game. It doesn't really feel anything at all like Sonic 1 or Sonic 2. The second game I'd like to see added is an actual Sonic the Hedgehog arcade game, which to the best of my knowledge, never made it out of Japan or the Japanese arcades. This game was called Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, which is kind of a funny name for it. But if they could find a way to localize this game and get it on this cabinet for the very first time outside of Japan, then that would be a pretty big deal. Game number 3 is another Sonic arcade game that actually did manage to leave Japan and make its way onto home consoles. I'm talking about Sonic the Fighters. This would mean that in addition to the platformers, the strategy game and Mean Beam machine, and the pseudo pinball machine that we just talked about, you would also have a legit fighting game on this product. You know arcade enthusiasts love fighting games, so when you have a Sonic the Hedgehog fighting game, why would you not put it on this thing? And finally, game number 4 that I would love to see added to this cabinet is a racing game from the Sega Saturn. You know what it is, it's Sonic R. Now look, gameplay-wise, it's kinda wonky. It feels like somebody was trying to make a Sonic 3D platformer and then just randomly decided to make it into a racing game. But I still feel like there's a lot of charm in Sonic R, particularly in its music. That soundtrack is glorious. You can listen to this music anywhere and it will just instantly put you in a better mood. Now there are probably plenty of other Sonic games that would work on this cabinet, but I really wanted to focus on the variety because thankfully Sonic has appeared in many different genres of games. There's nothing wrong if the cabinet ends up being mostly platformers, but I think that if you have the opportunity to mix things up a little bit and offer people a variety of different games to play instead of just one kind, then that will make this product a lot more appealing to people. There's also the added bonus of having games added to this cabinet that you wouldn't be able to officially play anywhere else. I mean, you could emulate these games, but that's not the same. I think they're more likely to lose buyers on this cabinet because people were disappointed in the game selection or the number of games, as opposed to something like the fact that the games are from the Genesis. I have seen some complaints of people saying that they don't like the fact that Arcade1Up and Basic Fun are making an arcade machine filled with home console games. And to that I say, who cares? A video game is a video game. Why does it matter if it was in the arcades first or not? I mean, I just can't figure out why anyone would actually care about something like that. I mean, have you seen the Nintendo Play Choice 10? That thing was specifically made to sell you NES games. So yeah, I don't think people should care where a game originates. As long as it's fun and you're having a good time when you play it, that's the only thing that should matter. But what do you guys think? How do you feel about this basic fun Arcade1Up Sonic the Hedgehog cabinet? Are you a fan of any of the Sonic the Hedgehog games? Or are you thinking that you'll hold off on buying this one and see if they create something new with Sega down the road? Thanks for watching this video, I really appreciate it. If you want to support my channel, then be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Now, let's play a song from the Sonic R soundtrack. Please add this game to the cabinet.